It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be
forward.
like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex
Corrupt
and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Nico, 52 years old, and I'm a gardener.
My name is Yazid Recliffe. My alias name is Troubles. I'm from Mitchell's Plain, 41 categories. My age, I'm born 1971, the 25th of the second month.
I'm Bradley Boyson, I'm 36 years old, I'm a landscaper, and I'm from Bellville.
I'm Eugene February. I had a stroke last year.
There's a lot of things like we're saying, it's women, men beating women up, but women are giving birth to men. Women are raising men. So where's the issue lying? Do we not have to sometimes look at what are these women doing? Or what have they done wrong? Is it society? Is it us as a society?
You see, some of them don't have enough at home. Then they come and on the street, they get men for them for money. Then they take it maybe like home or whatever. They're dragging it out or whatsoever.
Maybe from a young age, maybe the guy was maybe abused from his parents or whatever. And when he grow up, he still has that kind of, you see, that inner hurt in himself, yes. And when he become a man, and that feeling is coming out. Yes.
There's a lot of guys that probably were molested as children that aren't beating women, you know, or that's not abusive towards women. So where's what are they doing right that the other guys that are being abusive to women, that's not, what are they not doing?
Maybe you want to be the bigger man, not the bigger man, but you want to be in charge of for woman. Maybe the woman is maybe stronger than him. You understand? Maybe she is more.
Because there is a culture of because I'm a man, I get to say this or I get to do that, or when you are little boys, you are told boys don't cry, for instance. You know, you are reared to be strong. You can't cry, you can't. But maybe that's the problem. Maybe we should tell boys you are allowed to cry. You are allowed to show emotion and show your feelings. And you think that's the problem in the country, is that a lot of parents are still saying boys can't be pink or they can't play with dolls or they can't do. Isn't that maybe what the problem is? Are we not, shouldn't we tell our children boys can be weak? Boys don't always have to be strong.
That's why, like me now, for instance, I eated a lot when I was a child. Then I just chose, I was 9 years old. I came to the road. And then actually I to begin to steal and whatsoever. And afterwards I go to the farm. And from the farm I stab someone on the farm, straight to prison. Like I am now, that's why they call me Troubles.
Because you're just making trouble if you go.
But not anymore. Not anymore. That was in my young days.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I grew up with 4 sisters. No, and we were close knitted.
Were you the youngest or the oldest?
No, I'm actually in the middle.
Okay.
In the middle, yes. But then we were a close family. We still are. And I never will ever lift up my hands for a woman. Yeah. Because I grew up in that kind of environment. You know, there's always love. Yes. I mean, and I will always defend a woman. You know, whatever she's in trouble, she's in danger.
Yes.
I will risk my
self for a woman.
Yeah.
And isn't that what's so sad is that as men, we all have mothers, you know, we all have aunts, we all have sisters or cousins. So we treat them with respect, or at least we hope that, you know, you're treating your mother with respect. So
Even
why aren't you treating
also.
other women with respect? Where does it stop? Why is it okay for you to be respectful with your sisters, but when you're out on the road, then you laugh when a guy is rude to a girl, or you make jokes with that. Isn't that like you be perpetuating that problem?
My father was very strict. We will go to work in the morning, from Monday till Friday. Don't have a conversation with us. What on the fuck? Friday when he come from work, then he have to know something in. He was not someone who talk to you during the week when he is sober. Or when he have something in, then he will call you, hey, my light, come here.
My father died 16 years ago. So, but like, he was loving to me and my mother was loving to me. So like, it's, because I'm thinking you talking about how men are violent. But my mother was non-violent. So I'm taking it from my father, but I'm giving it to someone else.
My father and mommy were married already. Then my father take a separate girl also. Then one day they had how can you say, they were rude to each other in the house. Then my father Suma take the tea, my mother made the tea. But my father Suma take the tea in her face. And that didn't like it. And I was rude to my father that time. I was young, so under 10.
But because of the way he was with your mother.
I'm telling you. I Suma throw my father with a knife. I thought I saved him, but I just see blood. And that's why then I went out of the house.
When I was younger, my mother's sister's husband used to be abusive towards her, used to beat her up. The problem is that, you know, us colored people, we don't like to talk. We like to brush things under the carpet. So we know it's happening, but you almost turn a blind eye. So you're not going to say to your sister or to your cousin, go to the police, go lay a charge, go do that. And then tomorrow, you know, you're not going to do that because you don't want to disturb the apple cart. So we'd go there and they know that this is happening. And yet we'd still go there. They'd still go there. They'll have parties, and then 10 to 1, this man's going to go home and he's going to beat his wife. You know, and you guys know this is happening, but you're not doing anything about it. And I think also maybe it's because what do you do? What do? They can't go to the police and go lay a charge on the sister's behalf. And the sister might not want to have a charge laid, you know. So, and it took years. I mean, I think she's now remarried and she did eventually leave the man, but it's almost, it's almost like you're telling yourself, you're not going to get involved. This person must, well, one day come to their own realization that they're not in a good situation. But it could have gone another way, you know. She could have ended up dead, and then what do you do? When you've known all the years that this man is beating your sister, but you're not doing anything. So
How do you approach that subject when you want to make a charge, but they are not handling the situation? So like, how do you make? So it's a step to take, but you're doing it for someone else.
Yeah.
So how do you do it?
And I think,
in a
I think
special
maybe
way.
that's why they also maybe didn't get involved, because this person is still with that person. They've got a family, they've got children, so you don't want to be the one that's going to break up that family, you know.
But if you're not doing anything about it, then
The problem
Then
is it's getting worse, and you're not helping the family at
yes,
all, because
exactly.
the children are being exposed to the abusive father too.
yeah, and then they're going to get a puck from the father.
And
When-
he used to be quite abusive towards his son as well, you know what I mean? But it's almost as, and it's almost like, well, it's not really our problem, so we're not going to get involved, but it is our problem because
Exactly.
this is our family, or this is our relative, you know. We should get involved.
Exactly.
I also done that a lot. You know why? Because I followed my my father's footsteps, what he done to my mother. Then I had also a lot of girls. I did hit him, I stabbed him, I done lots of things with him. And then they didn't make steps like make charges or whatsoever. And afterwards, I just do it again.
But tell
Because,
me, does that tell
see,
you
you don't want
also
to-
was that almost like your sign? It's okay to hit them because they're not doing anything about
You
it.
see, here the problem is now. It's not from my side. She starts maybe like first. Then I have to hit her.
So she aggravates you.
Yeah.
Do you think that is what most problems are? Is that the woman is almost forcing the guy to hit?
Yeah, she forced me to do it. Because, or sometimes, when I find out, now she got the other boyfriend, then she come from the boyfriend, then I hit her. Don't do that. Here's your man. I was very jealous.
There was one incident on a train. I was working in Nabini. Mrs. Plain train bound on my way to Mrs. Plain. And as we go near to Lenter here, there was a couple of guys getting into the train. And there was a lone girl in that carriage. And they start grappling her, and yes. All the other guys just sit there and do nothing. I stand up and I try to, to help
Help
her.
her, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and here's still the mark that I,
Okay.
for trying to,
To help her.
to help her, yes.
So what happened?
No, advantage you can get out of the train there by Lenter here, and, and I go with this full of blood. Yeah, but luckily the hospital was nearby.
Yes.
Yeah, as I got off to Mrs. Plain, and
So did they stab you?
they stabbed me with a bottle.
I did get a gangster, a naughty boy, in Lavendale. No? Alright? I stabbed the people, other gangsters, because of the property territory, man. And that's, they stabbed me also, lots of time in the face, wherever, almost to death. Then my father have to come and get me to save me. Then my mother did also gang fight with me in the street because she don't want me to get hurt.
Yes.
My mother loved me a lot, but it's me just wanted to be naughty. And when I go to prison, I get a prison gangster also, a 27, looking for the blood, not the money, not what Nong is doing,
Yes.
looking for the blood now. And that's where every time I go to prison, it's not that it's a year, then I go again to prison. And look there, I'm almost 50.
Caught up in that system. You can't escape that system because you get used to it.
But now, if I think today, then I think, hey, but this was a lot of stupid things I done in my
Young life.
young life.
My dream is to be a better person and to do a better job with my family.
My dream is this, I want to get off the street, go live again by the house, because my parents is still living, and they will be proud about me if I don't drink anymore, or whatsoever, what wrongs I done, and then they will be fine with me again.
My dream is to get a job, and I'm busy with a speech therapist.
My dream is to wake up one day and we live in a society where we all love each other and we all live in peace with each other.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.